What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy Domuto. We back with another video. Yes, sir. Today we're watching UnrealEntGaming Beyond Dragon Ball Super Destroyer Primos fights Broly. Universe 18 Primal Warfare begins. Ooh-wee. Woo doggy. But yeah. Today we're gonna see what Primos can do against Broly, man. We see Broly gonna go all out. He has to. That nigga Primos looks strong as hell. I ain't gonna cap. So, man, let's get into it. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe as well.
As our story now continues, following the initial events of God of Destruction Primos being shown having to confront Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly within Universe 18, in which with Primos' intentions now made evidently clear, with our heroes having to look on and waiting to see what Primos was going to do, was when Primos then went on to respond, "I should have known that there'd be more of you that Beerus decided to go and keep around as his little minions. But nevertheless, you have no idea on how eagerly I have been anticipating for this very moment to come and getting the chance to decimate his mightiest champions. And after witnessing Beerus' defeat by Lord Reno," Primos continues, "I knew that it was only going to be a matter of time before I faced you, but since there are more of you that are here than I had originally anticipated for there to be, I'll ensure that this goes exactly the way I intend for it to be, because with my soldiers here paving the way and making sure that all three of you are out of my hair and away from me for the time being as we engage, that only just leaves me and Broly all alone," Primos continues, "which is exactly what it is that I want, because your audacity to confront me on Beerus' planet the way you did will not go unpunished, as not only are you one of the very rare few who ever dared to oppose me the way you did, but I will make sure that you go and suffer for your arrogance greatly because of it. And because I was already informed about your previous battles with some of the other gods of destruction prior to coming here, you are all about to experience firsthand on why I am the most ruthless and fearsome destroyer among them all.
I'm the most vicious.
This is where you will all be buried, never to return back home ever again." With Goku responding, "Wait, now hold on. Do we really have to go through with this, Lord Primos? Because it wasn't like Broly was intentionally trying to provoke you or anything, but I mean, you were coming off a bit too strong when you first approached him, so could we maybe just go and talk about this?" With Vegeta responding, "Oh, stop it, Kakarot, just look at him. As if this god of destruction is in any sort of mood to go and talk things out with us here, and so don't be foolish enough to even try, because with the way this is looking, there isn't going to be any room for either party to want to go and talk here, and so we might as well just go and prepare ourselves for what is about to come." With Gohan then having to chime in, "Well, be that as it may, you don't have to go and take your anger out on us just because you may have had some history with Lord Beerus in the past, and so I think that it would be better for all of us to go and try to talk things out like how my father had suggested, because this isn't going to end very well for you by the end of the day, and so what do you say, Broly?" With Broly having to respond, "No, search his feelings, because he doesn't intend on talking with us, and if I'm the one he wants, then I intend on bringing the fight right back to him." To which upon Primos then calling upon his goons to go after our heroes, it was only just as Primos went on to single out Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta for his warriors to get rid of as he was aiming towards getting his hands on Broly, was when Primos then went on to respond, "There is nothing for us to go and talk about when I don't plan on settling this through words alone, mortals. And so now go, my warriors, and get those three out of my sights and away from my intended targets. And if you find the need to go and do so, then you may take their life upon battle, but make sure you go and leave the biggest within their group.
Hey, Gohan, take care of that nigga, Gohan. Take care of that nigga."
Vegeta went on to then quickly shout before being shown backing up into the forest. "We'll go and drive them back within the forest and fight our way out of this, so that way we can go and assist Broly and finally get this over with." "Yes, that's right," Primos went on to then chime back in, "and now that those fools are out of the way, let us carry on where we had originally started and come and show me on what Beerus' mightiest mortal warriors are truly made of, Saiyan. Now come forward, peasants." To which as Broly was then then shown making his way up towards Primos was when Primos then went on to continue. Yes, that's right. Make my day, mortal. For if I didn't know any better, I would say that I can also sense a similar primal power to our own that resides here that I can see dwelling within you upon having to increase your power like this. Well, no matter, because in the end, Primos went on to then jump on back upon Broly being shown missing his strike. I am going to make you beg for your life for daring to step in my face the way you did. Now watch as I educate you further. As you may have been lucky enough to survive some of the other destroyers that you and your crew had faced before coming here, Primos continues.
I should have done this off camera,
but will be the final entity that you will ever have the displeasure of facing, because you will not be so lucky to go and survive me. No,
that's a big motherfucker, bro.
Broly went on to then grab onto Primos' legs by responding, as you will be the one who will ultimately lose to me, Destroyer. Oh, really? Primos went on to then jump on back before Broly was able to throw Primos down onto the ground. And are you willing to go and bet your life on that? Because I certainly would. For you have no idea as to what you are up against here, Saiyan. And because now that I have you all alone, without anyone or anything to stand in my way of doing what it is that I want to do with you, you are utterly doomed, and there is nothing that you could go and do that will go and change the outcome of that, Saiyan. For there will be no one that will save you for what it is that I have planned for you, Saiyan. Primos went on to then dropkick Broly on down into the forest. Now come as I show you around my world while I go and use your body as my guide in tearing down whatever gets in the way of having me educate you further, Saiyan. Oh, these warriors that this destroyer had sent after us are making a huge mistake, Gohan. They went on to quickly chime in upon being shown dragged in the forest. And so listen, I don't want to have to go and hurt you here, and so it would be wise for you to go and stop this, because you don't have to continue to be a puppet for that destroyer, especially when you don't even
Gohan, they don't listen to reason, but
here. But then it was only despite with Gohan's attempts in having to try and plead with one of these warriors as the primal warrior Goro went on to strike Gohan was when Goro then went on to respond, never, for if Lord Primos wants you all dead, then that is exactly what we will ensure happens while you're inhabiting within our domain. Whoa, you primates are crazy, Gohan went on to then quickly respond. Oh, but you don't understand that it doesn't have to be like this, and so just try and listen to me, as both you and your allies are in way over your heads here, and I don't want to have to go and put you down and make you see things the hard way, and so I'm going to go and give you one last chance to just hear me out and stop this. Oh, darn it, Broly doesn't look like he's doing so good out there, and with Dad and Vegeta already waging their own battle elsewhere, Gohan went on to then look on over by responding, I've got to hurry and help Broly while there's still a bit of time that remains, to which as Gohan was then shown attempting to make his way towards Broly, it was suddenly just then unbeknownst to Gohan as Gohan was attempting to make his way towards Broly with Goro being shown lunging towards Gohan was when Gohan then went on to shout, hang in there you guys, especially you Broly, for I'm coming, and so just stay right where you are, and what the? Oh no, for you will not interfere and stick your nose within Lord
Gohan, handle that nigga, bro.
You'll be coming with me now, Saiyan. To which it was only despite with Goro being shown having to drag Gohan deeper within the forest, as we only then make our way on over and seeing Primos being shown dragging Broly all throughout the forest before being shown throwing him through a bunch of trees, was when Primos then went on to continue, yes, come now, beast, for there is much for me to go and show you, because aside from this primal power that I feel emanating from this form of yours that you wield, I want to go and put it through the ultimate test and seeing as to how durable it actually is when up against real primal power. And while my warriors continue to punish your fellow allies while you and I continue our fights, this is going to be your one and only chance to come and prove your worth to me while I'm still giving you the chance to go and do so. And so now, unless you are nothing but smoke and mirrors, which Beerus had decided to blindly go and accept as his equal, then hurry and fight back or I will squash you like a bug, Saiyan. Saiyan. For I don't think that you even have what it takes to continue to keep this going here against me, but maybe I was wrong. Broly then went on to land on his feet before having to be shown emanating a gigantic blast from his mouth, because maybe you do in fact have more fight that's left within you that I originally had went and gave you credit for. And so if you do, I want you to go and show me, and you better go and make it good too, Saiyan, for I will not be giving you another chance. Which it was only just then within that very moment as Broly was from there shown having to unleash a gigantic blast directly towards Primos, was when Primos then went on to continue. Good. I was hoping that you'd go and show me more what this strange primal power that I sensed within you was made of. But I want you to go and watch as I continue to rip your efforts of victory apart here against me, as this too will not be working in your favor. And so whether this primal power that I sense coming from within your soul is something that comes from your Saiyan race or not, there is no primal power that exists within any of the known universes that is far more destructive and far greater than my own, mortal. And if you don't believe me, then allow for me to go and show you and turn this into yet another example on just why Beerus' so-called strongest will never be strong enough to contend against the likes of me, Saiyan. To which it was only despite with Primos being shown having to walk through Broly's blast and from there being shown striking Broly deeper within the forest, was when Primos then went on to continue. And so was this the best that you can do, for your attacks are both weak and ineffective? Because while you continue to try in vain, understand that I am the very embodiment of destruction itself. For my might alone dwarfs anything that you can muster, as you will never be able to harm me, not even in your dreams. For no matter how many of Beerus' strongest emerge to try and claim their titles as being worthy to be compared to the gods, there are none who are greater than the Alpha Destroyer Lord Primos. As I sit at the head of the table as the mightiest of them all, for I am the Alpha and the strongest among the gods, for there are none, whether they are mortals or destroyers, who are superior than me. But then, it was only just within the wilderness as a gigantic aura burst was now shown having to emanate and capturing Primos' attention, was when Primos then went on to respond. Oh, and what's this? So you were hiding a far greater level of power from me this entire time after all, now have you? Well, good, because I was hoping that you had more gas left within that broken and worn down tank of yours, as I wonder now on what exactly is going to change. But then, it was only just upon during the middle of Broly's power-up, with a giant tree then shown having to make its way towards Primos as Primos was shown getting out of the way, was when Primos then went on to respond. Oh, and so you think that by using the surrounding landscape around you will be what wins you the day now, does it? As this isn't that bad of an idea. However, hiding among the trees like a frightened animal and throwing them as if you think they can harm me, are you? How pathetic, for your tactics are just as weak and feeble as that power that you wield, for you are nothing more than a lone coward who is desperately attempting to avoid the inevitable, Primos continues. And so now come on out and face me like a true warrior would, instead of using such cowardly tactics against me, when you and I both know that this isn't going to work against me, for no matter what it is that you go and try and do, you will never escape what awaits you, and so running from a god of destruction will only prolong the inevitable, and so quit wasting my trees and come on out and fight me.
Quit wasting my trees.
It was only suddenly within that very moment as full-powered Super Saiyan Broly was then shown having to make his way in punching Primos across the face and sending him flying across the forest, was when Primos then went on to chime back in. Oh yes, now that's more like it, Saiyan.
This might be an all-out battle between
what I wanted to see. Darn, these giant 8 warriors are a lot faster than I imagined they'd be, Goku then went on to suddenly chime back in. But how do you think we should go and do this now, Vegeta? With Vegeta quickly responding, well, taking these grunts down would be a great starter if it wasn't obvious already, Kakarot. But do you sense that all around us, Vegeta then went on to question? For I think there are more of them out there that are starting to close in on us, and so we can't go and take any chances, otherwise we're... But then, it was only just then from out of nowhere before Vegeta was even shown having to have the opportunity in finishing his sentence was where both Primos and full-powered Super Saiyan Broly were then shown having to make their way in.
Broly got the right idea. Nigga, power up, nigga.
Went on to quickly respond. What the heck? Wait, it's Broly, and it looks like he's decided to go all out again, which isn't good whatsoever either, with Goku responding, yeah, and if we don't hurry and do something to help calm him down and aid him out there against that destroyer, then he's more than likely going to overwhelm himself and he'll ultimately be destroyed. But strangely enough, even now from the looks of it, Goku continues, is it just me, or does it look like Broly is starting to get the hang of that crazy berserker power of his more and more now, with Vegeta responding, well, now's not the time for us to go and theorize, Kakarot, and so this is what we'll go and do, and so now pay attention.
I mean, you think about it, the more you do it, the more you get better at it.
So that way we can channel whatever strength that we need to help take that giant gorilla down while clearing the rest out by using blue instead. And so now let's hurry and jump into Super Saiyan Blue and quickly make our way towards Broly's location and go and take it from there. To which it was only then within that moment, with both Goku and Vegeta then shown quickly having to jump into Super Saiyan Blue, was when Goku then went on to quickly respond. Right, and while Gohan looks to be holding his own out there against the other one, let's go and coordinate our attacks accordingly and knock this guy out in the meantime and quickly jump back into our ultra levels the moment we head out and make our way towards Lord Primos. So the rumors of your power has indeed turned out to be true by the looks of what I can see, Simius went on to then quickly respond to both Goku and Vegeta. And while I am hereby under Lord Primos' explicit orders to take you both down, it would be wise for you both to quit while you're ahead, for I do not wish to harm you, but I will ultimately do so if I must, Saiyans. And so if you are foolish enough to fight back, then just know that you will be severely punished for your defiance against me. And so I will leave you both with this and give you one final warning to kneel before Lord Primos and pledge your lives accordingly to his very will, or if you still refuse to do so, then I will tear you both apart.
That nigga aggressive, ain't it?
In the meantime, back on over with Primos and Broly, with Primos being shown having to stabilize himself and wiping his mouth following Broly's attack, was when Primos then went on to respond, well, I must admit that your power is far greater than I anticipated for it to honestly be, and so I can see now as to why Beerus had decided to keep you around the way he did. But don't let one lucky strike be what gets to your head, Saiyan, because while you may serve as being a formidable contender to others, Primos continues, there is nothing about your power that concerns me in the slightest, nor is it anything that I am
Gohan gonna have to save the day. Gohan, you have to save the day, nigga.
For I actually welcome you to continue and try to use this rampaging form of yours against me, because the more you resist and the longer you continue to try and best me, then the greater the reward will be after I return to your god of destruction while bearing your head within my hand as my ultimate trophy. And so while your anger continues to swell and while you continue to try and use it as leverage here against me, Primos went on to then grab onto Broly's arm upon Broly being shown trying to strike Primos. Understand that your power is far too unbalanced to stand against me, as you are nothing more than a wild animal whom I will soon go on to domesticate, Saiyan. For true strength requires absolute control, which is something that you clearly lack, and while you are rumored to be one of the strongest within Beerus' universe, I don't see as to why that is, because when compared to me, you are nothing but wasted potential.
Damn.
And so now stand back up and fight back, you animal, for we are far from finished here, Saiyan. And so don't tell me that this was all that the so-called legendary Super Saiyan had to offer, which is why I demand for you to rise back up on your feet and engage with me here and now, Saiyan. For I want to see you go and try again, only to go and fail miserably once more. Primos continues upon being shown beating on his chest, as the punishment that you have coming will only continue to intensify regardless of your efforts here against me. And so now show me what this animalistic nature of yours is made of, because if you don't, then I am going to destroy you. As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, Beyond Dragon Ball Super, Story of the Resurrected Fallen Gods of Destruction, the Universe 18 Saga, Manga Chapter number 3 Special then comes to a close.
Well, actually, I'll go.
Alright, ooh, they about to get, hey, they about to get busy out there. They about to get busy out there, man. Broly. I feel like Gohan will have to say today. Like, cause it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough fight, man. You know, so I hope they all awaken and do some shit. It's gonna be some tough battles. Also, I do know Unreal is dropping another Myrtle arc. Okay, I'm gonna let that build up a little bit before we get right into it. I'm gonna let it build up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me, cause don't forget I'm watching this story, Goku Black still, and then you want to add Myrtle art, and then I gotta watch other Dragon Ball stories from other creators, because I think I got one I'm about to start up soon. I'm gonna start up real soon, actually, and so bear with me. We're gonna get to that Myrtle arc. I'm telling you. You know, once I get like kind of halfway through kind of toward the end of Goku Black, maybe I'll start it up. I ain't trying to have all these stories. Don't forget, and I'm watching Kakume, but Kakume is that don't matter. Kakume don't matter because that comes hardly ever, like every few months. But you know, so bear with me. We're gonna get to that Myrtle arc. I don't know when he drops it, but we're gonna get to it. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Check out the last chapter right here. Check out another video right here, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace. Come on.